After decades of silence, Hank Williams Jr., now 76 years old, has broken his silence on the subject of his real relationship with Waylon Jennings. What transpired between these two legendary outlaw country singers behind the scenes has been a topic of fan speculation for years. Were they merely partners in an enterprise? Or was there something more profound, intimate, and intricate at work? When Waylon died, why didn't Hank Jr. say anything? What is he revealing at this moment that has everyone taken aback? Nobody was expecting this long-awaited confession. Numerous folks were astonished to learn numerous unspoken truths now that Hank is speaking up. Plus, it's going to blow your mind. From country icon to tragic Hank Williams Jr. Hank Williams Jr. is still going strong at age 76, and he's one of the most important and influential people in American music. Tragic events in his life, attempts to reinvent himself musically, and the decades-long struggle to establish his own identity in the shadow of a legendary figure have all impacted his life trajectory. Randall Hank Williams came into this world on May 26, 1949, in Shreveport, Louisiana, with a name that would go on to be both a blessing and a curse. His path in life was practically scripted for him as the sole offspring of country music legend Hank Williams Sr. Few, however, could have foreseen the path's unprecedented turbulence and revolutionary impact. Tragically, Hank Jr.'s father passed away in 1953 when he was just 3 years old. A long emotional and musical shadow was cast on Hank Sr.'s son's upbringing by his death at the young age of 29. Hank Jr.'s mother, Audrey Williams, exposed him to the music business when he was very young. Being prepared to continue his father's work, he began performing his father's songs on stage at the tender age of 14, mesmerizing audiences with his uncanny likeness and voice similarities to the country great. The music industry catered to fans' desires for Hank Williams' legacy to keep the music going. Between 1964 and 1974, Hank Jr. put out a string of music that was very similar to his dad's. He achieved some commercial success and celebrity as a result of this, but it also caused him to struggle internally. He was fighting an inner battle of artistic isolation and a profound loss of identity behind the scenes. Expectations to emulate a man he hardly knew were stifling him. In his personal and professional life, he felt immense pressure to live up to the Hank Williams name. In 1975, his life took a sharp turn after a near-fatal mountain climbing mishap in Montana. Hank Jr. hiked around Ajax Peak until he fell over 500 feet, injuring his skull badly. Extensive facial reconstruction and many procedures were performed on him. Not only did it put his life in danger, but it also marked a turning point in his professional life. After this, Hank Jr. resolved he would take his place alongside his famous father. He started to reimagine himself according to his own standards after receiving a fresh lease on life and a more determined sense of purpose. By the late 1970s,